Well, good afternoon to the both of you. Yes, Speaker Pelosi has a lot to talk about with her caucus here at the Capitol today. Of course, there is that call with the Joint Chiefs and also about what impeachment may look like moving forward. That's if the 25th Amendment isn't used to try to remove the president first. When lawmakers return to the People's House to work, they will see the damage done by the mob of people who roamed and ransacked the U.S. Capitol on Wednesday. Outside, crews finished erecting and reinforcing a security fence surrounding the Capitol grounds to try and make sure no riots here happen again. Democrats may be leading the charge to remove President Trump from office, but Illinois Republican Congressman Adam Kinzinger, as well as a few others, are also on board. He was a guest on the WGN Morning News this morning.
This was an executive branch attack on the legislating body of America. That is chilling.
With a little less than 2 weeks before President-elect Joe Biden is sworn into office, the House and Senate would have to move quickly. Several lawmakers, including Kinzinger, see the vice president invoking the 25th Amendment as a quicker solution to removing the president from office.
Even though the president only has 12 days left in office, we have to be outspoken, or this is going to continue.
More than 24 hours after the attack on the Capitol, President Trump posted a video to Twitter condemning the violence.
Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem.
Hours before the attack at a rally, the president called on his supporters to march to the Capitol and to show strength. In the video posted last night, the president also made somewhat of a concession speech.
Now Congress has certified the results. A new administration will be inaugurated on January 20th. My focus now turns to ensuring a smooth, orderly, and seamless transition of power. This moment calls for healing and reconciliation.
Several high-ranking members of Trump's cabinet have resigned, as well as former members now in other roles. The list of this administration's resignations continue to grow by the day. More fallout at the Capitol itself, where the chief of the Capitol Police resigned, as well as the sergeant of arms in both chambers, following reports that Capitol Police turned down an offer for help from the National Guard days before the riot and refused offers of help from the FBI as the mob stormed the Capitol. One woman was shot and killed by police. 3 others died from other medical emergencies. Dozens of officers were hurt, one officer dying from his injuries.
I think there'll be a lot of people charged. But my goodness.
Scores of people have already been arrested. Federal law enforcement agents as well as local police are still trying to make a lot more arrests in connection to that mob action here at the Capitol on Wednesday. We are live at the U.S. Capitol. I'm Eric Rung, WGN News.